Chandler Smith radio, he wanted you to give him a shot going into one and try to get by 40. Did you feel like making the top was the move to win the race and, going into one at least before the contact? Did you feel like, were you okay with that choice to go for the win and not push Chandler?
Yeah, well, he said push, but I think that really you can only do that at mile-and-a-half races and speedway races. Here at the short tracks, we're just trying to get through the gears and not spin the tires ourselves, so it's really tough to push anybody. But I feel like that just sort of put me in an even worse position. And I was expecting us to go through 1 and 2. Chandler having the better tires, thought he was going to get close to be side by side with the 11, and if it was, I was going to let them kind of race it out. And the seas just parted, and I was given the bottom. It's kind of hard not to take that.
How confident were you in the decision to stay out there versus everybody else?
I go with the seat of my pants and what my crew chief thinks. He's the one that's looking at the numbers and data. But it seemed like the new tires were good for a couple laps, but then once they got hot, they just faded and got back just like the old tires were. So I think we made the right pit call. We were there at the end, going for a win, and I'm proud of that.
You said earlier you're racing for you and your team. So with that being said, do you regret anything about the move on the last lap, or do you feel like it was the correct move?
I can only see this much when you're in a race car. I felt like it was the right move from the seat. Of course, I might go look back and look at it, regret it, talk. I don't know, but it's hard to speculate anything standing here on pit road.
2 weeks in a row, you made contact with Allen. Is there any fear that maybe you're starting to gain a reputation amongst your competitors?
If I'm a reputation of going for wins, I'm not going to regret that at all. I feel like I came from short track racing, last lap battles, and I feel like that's what this kind of racing's made for. And I feel like it's not like Martinsville. It's not like we've seen at Martinsville in the past and gotten upset. I feel like it was, it was a strong move, and I thought I was going to pay off, but sadly we didn't get it.
Corey said over the radio that it's been the same thing with this guy since late models. What is he referring to, and do you think that's a fair assessment?
Come back one more time about that?
He said over the radio that it's been the same thing with this guy since late models, apparently.
Yeah. We raced for a long time in late models. He raced for Lee Pulliam, and we always had hard battles, had a little rivalry in the late models, and now we're racing the trucks hard again. So it's to each their own how they feel about it, but I can't go back and change a move now.